Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be solo tent camping out here in the desert. And as part of the video, I'm going to be testing and reviewing Nightcat's new pop-up tent. So please stay tuned. All that stuff's coming up here in a minute. And please consider liking and subscribing. Before I get started setting up my campsite, I'm going to give you guys a little demonstration on how easy it is to set this thing up and take it back down. This is the first time I've ever done this. I've never even opened this bag, so hopefully it goes really quick and easy. All right. So it looks like we got some stakes. It's a pretty nice bag. I hope it doesn't blow away. Okay. So these are your standard small steel stakes. I probably won't be using those, but they do come with them. And you got a little user manual here. And really it's just telling you how to fold it back up because you don't need any instructions to set it up. All right, there we go. But before I stake it down and I set up my campsite, I'm actually going to show you real quick how to fold this thing back up and put it back in the bag. So you take it like this right here. And just bring the ends together, like this. You want to twist this in, like this, and set this in over the top, this. So it's real easy. So just have the green side facing the same direction. So from here, you want to do a figure 8. And just to show you, I'm just going to stick it back in the bag. Now I forgot to put that black strap around it to hold it, but I actually didn't need it. So there you go. It's that easy to set up and take down. I've never used this tent. They sent this to me for free after my experience with them in my last video with their hammock tent. I'm not biased in any way. I'm going to give this thing a full test and I'll tell you what I think about it once I'm done with it. So for now, I'm going to start working on getting my campsite set up and then I'll catch back up with you guys. All right, so I'm actually going to set this thing on top of a tarp. Now you don't have to do that, but as an added protection against these rocks and stuff, I want to make sure I don't puncture a hole in the floor of the tent. So I'm going to set the tent on top of this tarp. Before I do that, I've got to get all my stuff ready so it doesn't blow away in the wind while I'm trying to do this. And for those of you who are wondering, this is my dog Tyrone. So these stakes here, I actually just got off of Amazon. They don't come with the tent, but they're nice and long and sturdy. So this is what I'm going to be using to stake this tent down. And on the tent, there are 4 stake points. And if I set it up correctly, it should keep the tarp and everything down pretty easily. So, go. It really wasn't this windy a minute ago. Alright guys, so I got the campsite all set up. You can hear it's pretty windy out here. First things first, I have to apologize to Nightcat. I actually had to poke a hole in this here seam just to keep the side of the tent from collapsing in on me. Now you definitely don't want to do this on, for those of you who are getting this tent, one, it's not rated for the wind like this. Two, you definitely don't want to do this. My suggestion for Nightcat would be to add some loops here to where you can tie it off, because there's no way that these poles that run through here are going to be rigid enough to keep the wind from collapsing it in. So to Nightcat, if you guys do a third one, this is their second version of this tent. If you guys do another one, add some loops to the edge here so you can tie guy wires down and secure the tent. On the inside, I've got my ice chest pressed up against the side of the tent to keep the side from collapsing in, and it's doing a pretty good job. But this is my setup. There's plenty of room in here. It's keeping the wind off me. It feels very comfortable. Other than it trying to collapse in the wind, so far I have no complaints. So yeah, this is it. I'll give you guys a little tour of what I got going on here. Since honestly, this is more of a camping video than it is a review for Nightcat. I just so happen to be using their tent. I got my little pantry box, if you will. I've got all my Mountain House meals. I've got some aluminum foil, some potatoes, coffee. I've got my MSR stove, all kinds of stuff. I'm about to start breaking some stuff out of here because I need to get ready to cook my steak. Tyrone. And what I have for dinner is a 1 pound prime ribeye. And I need to start seasoning that thing up. I just started my fire, so I'm going to let that get going and then start preparing this steak. So yeah, let me get finished setting all this stuff up, and then I'll start cooking dinner. I'll bring you guys outside. I'll show you guys where we are. This is Ocotillo Wells off-road, what do they call it? Off-highway vehicle recreation area. And this is just a really popular spot just east of Borrego Springs, the town, in Southern California, west of El Centro. And it's about 70,000 acres, I believe it is, of off-road area. And this is a really popular spot for people to come off-roading. I've been coming out here ever since I've been in San Diego, probably 20 years now. And little spots like this are everywhere. Just right here in this campsite, there's another fire ring. There's another little fire area. And there's covered campsites up that way that have actual metal fire rings. There's a little rock area right there for a fire. So you just find a good spot, set your stuff up, and there you go. This is the firewood that I got. I'm about to start piling that up. So let me... All right, so that's pretty much it for the back of the truck. I think it's about time to get dinner ready. Get it, Tyrone. Where are you going, buddy? So my wind solution seems to be working. There's my campfire. Once all this wood burns down a little bit, I've got this little metal grate over here I'm going to use as my grill. It's made specifically for that. Little camp grill. All right, so what I'm going to be doing now is prepping my steak. I just need to get it seasoned. I'm going to be using a Traeger coffee rub. And I'm going to do a baked potato. Oh crap, I don't have any garlic. So I'm going to get the steak out of there. I'm also going to be cooking some bacon. my baked potato. Got some butter, some sour cream. Some really good thick cut bacon. There's this place here in San Diego called Valley Farm Market. They got one in Spring Valley and they got one in La Jolla. They have a really good butcher shop there. So let me get this thing seasoned up. With a thick cut of meat, don't be shy to season it. I'm gonna let that sit, let the seasoning attach. So that side looks pretty good. I'm gonna turn it over and season the other side. Then I actually want to season the edges of it too. There we go. Just let that sit for a little while until I get the fire ready. Cheers. All right, so what I'm going to attempt to do here is, if I can get my camera to stay still. There we go. See how long that lasts. So I'm going to do, I'm going to heat up that aluminum foil. I'm going to rub this butter all over it, and then wrap my baked potato up in there. Oh yeah. All right. Now I'm pretty sure I just got that really dirty. Let's see if I can just do 2 of them. All right. So I've got 2 potatoes in here with butter and salt and pepper. Should be good right there. and I'll just let it be for a little while. I'm gonna scoot some more coals under there. I need a way to grab this without burning myself. That's hot. Jesus, that's hot. All right, that should work. Although that is a little hot. I have to be very careful. I don't want to burn this steak. And let that settle down a little bit. Maybe just do my potato for now. Let's see what I can do with the bacon. It's getting covered in dirt. I didn't even think about tongs or anything. So I have nothing to grab this stuff with but my fingers. I'm hoping the wind calms down. It makes my life a little bit easier. I'm kind of worried about the steak now. The thing's gonna get covered in dirt. Let me grab a paper towel and a plate. And that light also. So that's a little burnt. But good. A little crispy. I'm gonna do another one. That's better. I'm only going to do a couple pieces because this is super difficult. That's all I really need for the baked potato. All right, that's a good temperature. I'm going to put the steak right here. Now, there's no way I'm going to avoid getting dirt on this frickin' steak. rubbed it in the dirt. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to rub some butter on that thing. Alright, so that side's definitely done. She got a little crust on her, but it's okay. I think the inside's going to be good because I'm not going to leave it on here much longer. Put this butter away, get the plate, call it good. I can't grab it. All right. See how we did. Let it rest. Yeah, she's well. Not bad. I mean, it's certainly not the best I've done. But for a campfire, I mean, it's not too bad. I'm gonna go put some more wood on the fire. Then me and Tyrone are going to have ourselves a steak and potatoes. All right, so I really don't believe that those potatoes are done. So I think what I'm going to do is just sit here and have my steak, and then I'll eat the potatoes afterwards. No, honestly, it's really good. What do you think, Tyrone? So I'm going to put this in the truck. I'm going to save that for Tyrone later. Then I'm going to pull those potatoes off the fire and set up my chair and relax and enjoy the campfire for a little bit. We'll see how we did with these potatoes. They feel soft. Smell good. Well, it may not be that bad. Look at those
things. Let's see how we did. Oh, they're cooked for sure. Mm-hmm. Not bad. Some desert sand compound butter. Oh, that one just fell apart. Let that butter melt in there for a minute. Ooh. Boy. Oh, that's good actually. Yeah, that's really good. Oh. Hot. All right, potatoes turned out really good. That's good. It's like they're cooked just perfectly. Hot. So normally I would do garlic on this. Salt, pepper, garlic, butter. And then you open it up, throw a little slab of butter in there, some sour cream, maybe chop up some bacon, but being out here, it's ridiculously hard to do all that stuff. And all I did was salt, pepper, and butter. And I tell you what, that's pretty good. Whew, hot. Potatoes have to reach a certain temperature for everything to break down and get soft. And doing that on a campfire is very hard because you don't have a thermometer. It's hard to control the heat on the fire, but that worked. All right, that's about all the batter. Now, all right, I'm gonna shut this thing off. I'm gonna get set up over by the campfire. I'm gonna throw the last battery in here, start charging the other 3, and then that's gonna be the end of the night.
Move. Back up. Out. Out.
It is time for some coffee.
Biscuits and gravy. Should be pretty good. These Mountain House meals are very tasty. If you like freeze-dried stuff or can tolerate freeze-dried stuff, they're really good. Got my cup of coffee here. You have to make sure that you don't put too much water in those meals, because if you put too much water, it won't soak it all up and it'll be kind of soupy, and soupy's not good. I think one of the problems I've noticed with the tent last night was there's with the windows closed and the doors closed, there's no way for it to breathe
and you get a lot of condensation up inside the tent. I had a gust of wind, and some of that condensation dripped down and hit me in my face. So then I opened up this back window here, and it seemed to help it quite a bit. Most tents are netted at the top, and they have a rain fly, but this tent, it doesn't have a rain fly, and the only netting that you have is with the doors and the windows. That could be an issue if you were sleeping maybe in the rain or something and you had to have the windows zipped up. You would get condensation inside, but it seems to be manageable, and it's all dry now. All right. So the best way to do this, pour a little water in, let it soak up, stir it, and add water as you need it. The battery's almost dead. Change this battery. All right, so breakfast is done. Sorry, it's been a little while. It took me a few hours to get all the batteries charged up and get ready to film again. It's about 11 o'clock. If I had to guess, it's probably close to 70 degrees outside, so it's kind of warm in here. I've got the tent all opened up. I got this front door open. I got both windows open. I got this door open. And with the breeze, it's not that bad. Tyrone, he's sweating because he's been playing with the ball for hours. I'm getting close to, I think I'm gonna have lunch soon. This is easily my favorite Mountain House meal. The beef stroganoff noodles. It has to be their best one. And I've got a few other in here. I'm gonna try, I've got a beef stew in here. I've got a lasagna. I might try that beef stew for dinner. It should be pretty good. And then I got a bunch of snacks. But right now we're just chilling. Just maintaining the fire. Just throwing a log in every once in a while so I don't have to start it again later. Tyrone, you can see him. He's covered in dirt from his slobber in the ball. Making sure we get the tent nice and dirty. Honestly, this tent is holding up much better than I originally thought it might have. Adding those two guy wires to that lip of that window really keeps the side of it from collapsing in on me. And as I said before, and I apologize again to Nightcat, that's not something you want to do to your tent. But in my situation, being out here in the desert with all this wind, it's what I got to do. My suggestion to Nightcat would be adding loops over there by the window. I think it would be great if you could tie guy wires to each side to keep it from collapsing in either way. Oh, you're disgusting, dude. You're so gross. But we're both gross. It's okay. I need to invest in some better camera gear. This tripod is kind of hard to deal with. Like I said, it took me, if I had to guess, probably a couple of hours to charge all my batteries. But I charged all my batteries in the truck. I have this guy here. And this is a really cool product. It's from Anchor.
I think it was bought off of Amazon. I don't remember the price. I'll look it up, and I'll put the I'll give you a screenshot of all that stuff. But that thing's fully capable of charging everything you need to charge. It's charging my phone right now. The reason I charged my GoPro batteries in the truck is because I didn't want to kill that anchor, and I have my truck here, so why not use it? I've got thermals. I got a thermal under this sweater hoodie. So I'm kind of warm, but I'm actually kind of comfortable at the same time. It's not too hot. I think the tent's actually doing pretty well. Without the ice chest being here, without those ropes being tied, those guy wires being tied, this wouldn't work. So if you're gonna buy this tent, keep it out of a windy area, unless you're prepared to do what I've done. This is definitely not built for high wind, and you wouldn't expect it to be. It's a pop-up tent. These poles, to make it a pop-up tent, the way they have to bend and fold, they can't be rigid enough to keep it up in the wind. So you get what you get, if you're in the market for a pop-up tent, you're not in the market for camping out here in high winds. All that being said, it's done really well. There's not nearly enough headroom to stand up in here, but I wasn't expecting that. I think it's advertised as a 2-person tent. The way I like to camp, I'd probably keep it at about a 1-person tent. I don't camp without dogs, so I've got just enough room for me, the dog, and my gear. So I would probably keep it at 1 person with a dog. Maybe if you and your wife or your girlfriend or whatever the hell you got want to go out, it'd be great for just you two. If you kept, let's see, so I've got this guy right here. If I had this outside and I just kept the ice chest right here, I think we'd be fine with the wind, but that wouldn't give you a whole lot of room for 2 people. It would work. It would certainly work, but like having your stuff out and being able to utilize the space in the middle of the tent, it'd be difficult. So comfortably, I'd rate it at 1 person plus a dog. If you don't camp like I camp, you could do 2 people. Don't do 3 people in this tent. That's too much. If you did 3 people, it'd have to be a child, and you wouldn't be able to have anything else in here. So you'd obviously have to be in a place where there's no wind blowing. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this camping trip and my little review and tutorial of Nightcap's new pop-up tent, how to set it up and take it down. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please consider liking and subscribing, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.